I guess we should get started instead of talking about all the movie stuff. So guys, folks, I apologize. This is just me in nature. So let me get everything started properly. Hey, everybody. Charlie Montoya. I'm Director of Sales and Marketing for our UC and Unified Collaboration process. I have Jessica here with us.
Hello.
And then also coming from her home office. Where are you based out of, Amy? I always forget the state.
So Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon. Another great song, Portland, Oregon, and Old Gin Fizz, Loretta Lynn, and I'm just blanking on names. I'm getting old, guys. If you know anything to help with memory loss, let me know. I really feel like I need it today. So, but we're coming to you today to go over our brand new all-in-one interactive flat panel. So we wanted to introduce you to these. So Zoomtopia is when we announced it. Zoomtopia is when we launched it. Today, we want to go through it with you, give you a good understanding of what they do, how they operate, where they fit, and all that kind of fun stuff in between. So first, for those that might be brand new to MAXHUB and going, hey, who are you guys? Let me start. MAXHUB is one of CVTE's many brands that they have. CVTE is one of the largest OEM manufacturers in the world, okay? So, huge company. MAXHUB, one of their brands that they have, our focus is on the collaboration space. So products that we come to market with are UC cameras like what we're on today. We come out with DV LEDs, right? So if you're looking for large indoor and now outdoor DV LEDs, we have those. Digital signage, commercial displays, we have those. And now we have really what MAXHUB's signature product is worldwide, are interactive flat panels. So it's kind of interesting. We announced this at Zoomtopia. And a lot of people that came internationally from Japan, from China, from EU, from other markets, they came through and they said, we know MAXHUB is a household name internationally. It's not that here in the US, and that's what we're building on. So understand, we have a lot of backing behind us. We're not some fly-by-night company that's just coming out and saying, hey, check a look at us. We have a lot of backing behind us, and we're going to continue to grow. So that's who MAXHUB is. We are the industry leader when it comes to interactive flat panels. If you look at our overall deployment of IFP products, we're second to none. So we're really big on that. You'll also notice our whole claim to fame and where we're coming from is we give people high quality, high-end enterprise class products at a very strong price point. And we back that up with some of the industry leading warranties behind it as well. So we really want to make sure that not only do we make a great product, not only do we sell it for a great price, but we also make sure that we have a service and support team to make sure we can take care of you. That's second to none. So that's our kind of goal. So Jessica, go ahead and pull up the PowerPoint for us real quick. So today, all-in-one interactive flat panels. What are they? Why are they? Why do people want them? So let me start by saying this. Go ahead, you can turn to the next slide. Today in the industry, and I've been doing video conferencing now for close to 22 years. And one of the biggest pain points that companies have is that when I'm trying to deploy a huddle room, a small conference room, it gets complex, it gets time consuming, it gets costly. Go to the next slide for me. So when people are deploying huddle rooms or small conference rooms, they go, hey, great. I need to buy a display. I need to buy a camera. I need to buy a speaker. I need to buy a microphone. I need to buy a processor. I need to buy a controller. And it gets convoluted. It gets really confusing for people. Go to the next slide for me. And because of that, people go, how can I do it easier? How can I do it more simply? Well, MAXHUB, we said we got the idea of how to do this. We are launching new all-in-one interactive flat panels. So what are our interactive flat panels? Go to the next slide for me. Our interactive flat panels have camera built inside of it, speaker built inside of it, microphone built inside of it, processor that's removable with it, and obviously a display. And not just any display. It's an interactive 20 points of touch display. So you have everything that you need for a huddle and small conference room. Simple, easy to deploy, right? The fact that I can now buy one product and have everything that I need for my huddle room, it's exactly what everybody wants. That's what they need. Let's be honest, in the industry we're in right now, and the struggles that people are going with trying to procure product, it's crazy. I talk to some customers where they're like, hey, I placed a PO in October and I'm told I'm not getting my stuff till May or June. You kidding me? How can you run your business that way? How can you keep your collaboration going? We all know more people are going hybrid, right? We all know people are going more hybrid. People want to work from home. Amy's working from home. I work from home 3-4 days of the week. Let me rephrase that. I work from home 6 days of the week and I come into the office one day because I am one of those guys, right? And my family happens to watch this anytime. I apologize. I love you guys. I really do. But yeah, I'm a workaholic. But work from home is becoming more and more popular. So how do you sit there and make sure that they can connect with the office? Huddle room and small room is something we continue to see grow and deploy out for several years. The huddle space and the small conference room space have been the target of the unified communication industry for at least the last 6 years, right? And we've seen other companies come out with stuff, right? There are a lot of video bars in the marketplace. We have a video bar. There's a lot of communication equipment to put in a huddle room, right? People are building towards that, but they're not making it easy. MAXHUB, we make it easy. Go to the next slide for me. So all-in-one design, what are we doing, right? We're literally taking your PC. We have a removable PC module in all of our IFPs. And I'll go into more detail on why it's important. But we have a fully upgradable, fully removable PC module in all of our systems. So you don't need the PC to come in the room anymore. This has a built-in speaker and microphone to it that can pick up 20 or 24 feet away, depending on which unit you choose. This has a 4K display that's fully interactive. And it has a camera and microphone that you need. So this has everything that you need for your huddle room space. Everything you need for the huddle room space, right? And I will tell you now, if you compare the cost of this one device versus all the other systems that you have to buy, you'll be like, I'm already saving money on it. Then if you start thinking about the installation that goes into this, you're gonna be like, wow, all I need to do to install this is hang it on a wall or on a stand. We got beautiful stands here at MAXHUB. You can either hang it on a wall or put it on a stand, and literally you're plugging power and network into it. Or if you don't want to plug network into it, it's Wi-Fi enabled. Simple, easy to do, right? So this really is what we in the industry, for lack of a better term, call them hanging bags. I hang it up, bang it on the wall, I'm done. I'm good, I'm ready to go. The cost of doing that, compare running cabling, making sure you have the right cables, making sure you got the right wires, making sure everything has conduit going underneath the table, making sure the desktop looks nice. I got one product that's on the wall that gives you everything that you need, right? So when you look at the price head to head versus making another room, when you then add in the installation cost, you're like, this is ridiculously simple. Go to the next slide for me.
We have a quick question.
Oh, sure, go for it.
Yeah.
Gerald, he just wanted to know about auto framing, zooming in and out, zoom room, smart gallery feature, like how well do our cameras
Girl, that's a lot of questions. Whew, okay, so I'm going to touch
It
on
was
all of them.
overall about conference room equity. So how do our cameras account for conference room equity?
So great question. I will tell you right now, and actually, do me a favor, stop sharing for 1 second. So let me touch on this for a moment, right? So system that we have right here, this is our V6 Classic, right? The V6 Classic has a single camera. It has 8 microphones built into it and the speaker bar built, or speakers built into it. This is designed for Zoom Room, right? So when you buy this SKU, you actually get it with the Zoom Room application inside of it. So all you're having to do is literally put in your activation code and you're up and running. So this acts as a full Zoom room, designed with a single camera. You can zoom in and out via Zoom and the Zoom Room app, okay? Now, if you're looking for more voice tracking, if you're looking for more people tracking, that's where we have our ViewPro. Our ViewPro actually has dual cameras in top. It also has the microphones. It has a speaker centered on the side of it, so it pushes out more. So it can pick up a 24-foot room. This is in the process of becoming Zoom Room certified. So today I'm using desktop application for Zoom, for Microsoft Teams, for any application you like. So if you're looking for more of a kind of a use any application, a more flexible solution, the ViewPro is the way to go because I can pick which applications I want. But you will be able to purchase this in a Zoom Room version as well. So if you then want to do voice tracking, ViewPro will do the voice tracking for you, right? It'll literally sense the people in the room, see who's talking, and now the camera will automatically track towards them. Now, you mentioned video equity. How are we going to handle that? You know, I'll tell you what was really cool at Zoomtopia. Zoom announced, I believe it's called Director. I hope Andy T was on the call and he correct me. I believe it's Director or Conductor series, to where they're going to add video equity into the call. So I can add more cameras to it. And as those camera feeds push out, Zoom will be able to pick it up and give everybody their independent space. You know why that's important to MAXHUB? Because they're only doing it at start with Windows-based devices. Hey, take a look at our PC module, what happens to be an i5 or i7 Windows 10 IoT device. So who do you think is going to be able to work very, very quickly on the new Zoom Room applications, right? And being able to do some of their new software powers. That's what we're able to do. Go ahead, pull back the slide.
Okay, and one other quick question.
Sure.
Do they come with the wall mounts, like the non-touch models?
Yes, something that's great about MAXHUB, and people don't really realize it until they start really investigating. Yes, all of our systems come with wall mounts, right? So very simple to install, set up, ready to go. They come with wall mounts, they come with power cables, they come with a network cable as well. So everything that you need to get started is available for you. Gerald, I hope I answered a lot of your questions. Before the end of the call, we'll make sure I go through them all to double check for you. But if you're looking at video equity, if you're looking at how to do auto tracking and auto framing, that's going to be our ViewPro series. That has the ability to do that for you. Okay.
Yeah, it also comes with 2 styluses in the box, power cord, Wi-Fi adapter, 2 styluses, wall mount, and Type-C cable.
Yep, exactly. So, and that's what I'm going to talk to you a little bit right here, right? You'll notice, I show this a lot, and I'll tell you, at Zoomtopia, everybody was totally digging on this. Because I say this to a lot of people out there. The actual IFPs, they don't go out of style, right? They are technology proof. I can do 20 points of touch on this display. Zoom Room today cannot do 20 points of touch. Microsoft Teams cannot do 20 points of touch today. So we are future proof in that. You have 4K cameras, you have 4K displays, you have everything that you need to be future-proof for the next 5 to 7 years. So what goes out? What is the problem that people have? Well, Zoom and Microsoft Teams has this great tendency, and I love them to death. I hope they're on the call. I love Zoom and I love Microsoft Teams for this. They continue to add more and more feature sets to it, which makes you need more processing power. So that's why the fact that I can buy this in an i5 today, and then tomorrow say, hey, I want to do a dual monitor setup, right? Or now Zoom added more features. Great. I'm going to just upgrade to an i7. We're already working on the i9 version of this as well, right? So this is something I can remove and put in the new system, right? And now I'm fully upgradable. I'm ready to continue to change. So this device, you're not going to get mad in a year from now and go, hey, Zoom came out with a new application. I need an i7. Sorry, you got to buy a whole new device because we built in the PC directly into it. Doesn't help me out. You can simply pull out the PC module, upgrade. That's where MAXHUB is a big difference than our competition in the marketplace today. We want to give you that full functionality and customization to you. So go ahead to the next slide for me real quick.
So I have a couple questions. I have a question from Jason. Can he use any PC module?
Can you use any PC module? No. Today, these are MAXHUB PC modules. These are designed to work with our all-in-one interactive flat panel. So you do have to buy these directly from us. I will say this though, in case there's any question for it. To be fair, go back one slide for a moment for me. Because the one part that I didn't touch. Today, i5, i7 versions. I had a lot of customers at Zoomtopia asking about Android. Yes. We are working on an Android version of this. We will not launch the Android version though until we are sure that it is fully Zoom Room supported. So this can be a full appliance-based device, right? So a lot of customers came out their asses and said, hey, Charlie, love Windows IT, love all that, but I want this just to be an appliance. I just want this to be an Android-based. Great, we got you. The fact that this is removable allows you to later to change it out to an Android-based appliance if you want to as well.
And
Okay.
then Roger is asking, is the Android option a different PC?
Yes,
model?
it is actually a different, so it is a different plugin, right? It is a different plugin that you would be getting with us.
And
Okay.
then I also have a question about the warranty for these units.
Yeah, great. I love it. Everybody's jumping in with a bunch of questions today. Awesome. So today we have a full 3-year advanced replacement warranty. So what does that mean? If one of these systems goes down, you contact us. We can't repair it for you over the phone or via software update. What we will do is we will ship you out a replacement. Once you get that replacement, you'll now have a brand new box. You can take the IFP down, put it in the box, ship it back to us. You have a whole system there to replace it. So full 3-year advanced replacement warranty. We ship you out the replacement before you have to ship yours back to us. Okay.
And then I have one more question.
Cool.
You're talking a lot about Zoom. What about working with Teams? Do these work?
Yeah, great question. So today we're Zoom Room certified. Today we're Microsoft Teams compatible. So today for our ViewPro, if you are a customer that goes, hey, I'm really cloud agnostic, right? We use Zoom, we use Ring Central, we use Microsoft Teams, we use Google, we use WebEx, whatever it may be. ViewPro is the way to go for you. Because on ViewPro, all you need to do is to download their application. Once I download the application, now this gives me their desktop version. So I can do a full Microsoft Teams call. I can do a Zoom call. I can do a Ring Central call. I can do a call with any one of those different applications directly from the board, and we're managing and running it for you, right? So I'll give you an example. At Zoomtopia, I had a lot of people come to me and say, hey, we use Zoom and we use Microsoft Teams, right? Great. That's where the ViewPro comes in perfectly for you, because you can go in and now you can identify which system I want to use. I'm going to use Microsoft Teams or I'm going to use Zoom. I want to make sure I clarify for everybody. You are using the desktop versions. You are not using Microsoft MTR and you're not using Zoom Room. You are using Microsoft Teams desktop and Zoom desktop, which shockingly today, if you look at the numbers, are probably 90% of the users out there or more, right? So desktops, the desktop for both those applications are the most heavily used applications whatsoever. So you're not losing any feature set, any functionality at all. Very simple, very easy for people to do.
Okay, one more question.
Sure, keep going.
Carol is asking about the touchscreen interface. And is the touchscreen interface or startup OS, when you power on without the built-in PC, Android-based like our competitors? If so, can you upgrade the OS? So I think I know the answer to that, but I'll let you take that one.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on, read that back to me one time.
So basically, when you power up the OS without the PC in it, is it Android based? I believe it's Windows IoT, correct?
So let me just make sure I clarify. And Gerald, do me a favor, please correct me if I'm not getting your answer correctly, or I'm not addressing it correctly. If I remove the PC module from this device, right? If I remove the PC module from the device and I just want to use the board itself, yes, you can do that, right? And you can use the touch features as well. You can do the IFP. You're just not going to have the advanced features on it. So you would not be able to do Zoom. You would not be able to do Microsoft Teams. You would not be able to do all that stuff. It would just be a dummy, I'll call it, for lack of a better word, an unintelligent interactive flat panel, right? So if I pulled this out today and I just wanted to use it for writing, I could do that today, right? I could pull this out and now I would just be able to use the writing features and that type of documentation, or USB-C on the side and in the front. I can plug in and share my laptop to it and do things of that nature, right? So it becomes a display device. Does that answer your question for you, Gerald? I just want to make sure.
I think so. He also wanted to know if you can upgrade the OS on it. I don't know if you touched on that.
So upgrading the OS on it, Yes, so there's multiple ways that I can answer that one today. So let me say this. If you're going, so let's say I'm going with Zoom, right? I have Zoom and I'm on a Zoom room version. I will be able to update Zoom rooms on it, right? If I'm going with, oops, don't want to say it, no, makes it directly. If I'm going with MAXHUB OS, yes, I can update the MAXHUB software. If I'm doing Zoom or Microsoft Teams, yes, you can update the software directly on, right? So I hope that answers this question. Okay, cool, let's go to the next slide. Man, I'm getting a lot of questions today. Just show this a little bit, right? So obviously you can do writing, you can do texting, you can do all the feature sets. I tell everybody, stop sharing for a second, just so I can show. I tell this to everybody, what I get a kick out of this, and I'll show it here. And I'm going to say this to you, don't be shocked if you hear my story a little bit. But what I tell everybody, and what I like about this, is I can tell the Montoya weird family tree. So Charlie has a lot of kids. I will just let you all know that now. Charlie, when he was 18 years old, he got into a relationship. And in that relationship, he had 3 children. Claudia, Ty, and Elsie. Okay? That was my first relationship. My ex then got remarried, and she had 5 children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just gonna put their initials down. B, A, L, E, Julian, and Zell. Okay, so you got that so far? So now the cool part is, Charlie came over. Charlie got remarried. Charlie had 3 kids. Marcus, Vicky, Sammy. Right? So I tell this to people to say, when you look at my kids, my older kids, they got a lot of people that they got to buy Christmas and holiday presents for. You want to make it even cooler? I can actually take, here, hold on a second. Cancel that. So B, who I consider my bonus daughter, she is now actually like a daughter to me. There you go. So my family has grown quite a bit. Now, why do I show people this? Why do I sit there and go through my whole family tree? Well, 1, to make you all feel bad for me on how many kids that I have. But 2, to show you how simple I can write on the board, how I can expand the board if I need to, how I can close it down if I need to. It's simple, it's easy to do, right? That's what IFPs are supposed to be for. That's how they're supposed to work. So when you start talking about the touch compatibility and how you can write onto it, yeah, we make it really simple for people to do. And then also, if you have this set up on your network and you assign it an email address, it can actually email all this information out to you, right? So very simple, very easy for people to do. Go back to the slide deck. Oh, cool. There we go. Let me get Jessica back in the picture. Okay, so go ahead, next slide. So prioritizing healthcare. This is a big question that I get all the time. Yes, the glass is antibacterial. The styluses are antibacterial. The power button is antibacterial. But I will also tell everybody this on the call. Most of the people that I talk to about interactive flat panels, the conversation is not about writing on it. It really isn't. If your focus on our interactive flat panels is all about how I write on it, then you're missing the point. You're missing the point, right? And I tell this to a lot of people. I walk into conference rooms all the time and I sit down in the chairs and I go, wow, this is a really nice chair. And I always ask people, hey, how much you pay for these chairs? And anybody who's set up a new office recently will tell you, I spent $500, I spent $600, I spent $1,000 on that chair. You know what? People don't want to get up from those chairs. They're so nice. And they don't want to get up and write on a board all the time. So if you're looking at an interactive flat panel and your whole focus on the interactive flat panel is just to write on it, you're missing the point. The point of these systems are that they're an all-in-one unit for huddle rooms and small conference rooms. The writing on it, the interactive flat panel part of it, That's secondary. That's the secondary part of it. This is number one, a communication device. Number two, it's a collaboration device. That's how you want to see these. That's how when I talk to customers at Zoomtopia and across the board, I explain these systems to them, right? It is more of a collaboration. And I'll give you an example. I was talking to a customer, actually right before we launched these at Zoomtopia. I was talking to a customer and they said, hey, I like one of your video bars. They're really cool, right? So we started talking about it. And I said, yeah, one problem that I have in the room is we got to do all this coring. We got to do this. I said, well, hold on a second. You're going to buy our camera. You're going to buy a PC. You're going to buy additional audio. You got to core the floor. You don't have a monitor for it yet. Let me give you an idea about our all-in-one interactive flat panels. And they're like, wait a second. So all this stuff that I'm going to buy for the room anyways, I'm going to get in one device. Yes. And oh, by the way, it's an interactive flat panel, so you can actually write it. They're like, that's secondary, right? The fact that I can take all those components and put it into one device and put it on the wall, that's the key selling point. That's the key selling point. And that's what I want to make sure I get through to everybody. Because in the enterprise space where we're heavily focused on, there is less than a 3% adoption rate today of interactive flat panels. And the reason why is because people aren't completely comfortable going up and walking up to and writing on an interactive flat panel. But there are more and more conference rooms being built. That's where these go into, right? And that's what I want to make sure people understand. Yes, it's a great writing utensil. Yes, it's a great collaboration utensil. First and foremost, it's a communications device. I got my camera, I got my speaker, I got my microphone, I got my processor, I got my display all in one. That's where this really goes to. Go ahead, next slide. So I mentioned earlier, two different types of systems, right? We got our Classic, we got our ViewPro series, right? What's the differentiator between the two? The Classic comes in 4 sizes today: 55, 65, 75, 86 inch. Single camera setup, so designed for huddle rooms and small conference rooms. It is Zoom certified, so it comes with Zoom rooms in the box. Our ViewPro is more of a today, work with any type of application device, so Microsoft Teams, Zoom, RingCentral, Google, all of them out there. Dual camera setup, 8 speakers, microphones built in, designed for a little bit larger conference room. It only comes in 65 and 86 inch monitors today. Okay, go ahead, next slide. So mention the Classic series, Zoom Room certified, all-in-one interactive flat panel, single camera. Go ahead, the next slide for me. Here you go. Here's what I wanted to show everybody. So when you buy these systems, when you buy our IFP, you're choosing, hey, what size screen do I want? The screens themselves are almost identical. It's just a size difference between the two. But then you're also ordering the PC module. For our Classic series, it comes with Zoom Rooms. It's an Intel 10th generation i5 or i7 processor. Comes with Windows IoT 10. For the Zoom Room, it's only i5 today. 8 gigabyte of RAM, 128 gigs of SSD. We're working to upgrade that to where you can get the i7 for it if you like as well. That'll be coming in the future. Next slide. Our ViewPro series, like we said, dual camera setup. So you have the fixed focus lens and you have the pan tilt lens, right? So you have the ability to zoom in or out with it. All in one, dual camera, i5 or i7, 65 or 86 inch module. And I'll tell you, I wanted to put this up here so you guys can really get an idea of the look and feel up close to the camera, right? The one camera is a fixed focus camera. The second camera moves left, right, zooms in, zooms out, pans down, pans up. Very simple, very easy to use. 3x optical zoom. It does the auto framing. It does the voice tracking, right? This is a high-end all-in-one system. This is designed for the huddle rooms, small conference rooms, and could probably fit in some medium-sized conference rooms as well. Go ahead, the next slide for me.
We have a quick
Oh, sure, go for
question. So they just asked, so we mentioned the 3-year warranty.
Yeah.
Is that for like the panel or the PC module or for both?
Yes. Yes. We're not making this complicated, guys. We're really not making this complicated at all, right? Whatever you buy from the IFP has a full 3-year warranty. So if the panel goes out 2 years, 11 months, we're going to replace it for you, the entire thing. If the processor goes out in 2 years and 11 months, we're going to replace the entire thing for you, right? So it's everything that's there, both the PC and also the IFP as well. So on the ViewPro, comes with 65 or 86 inch. You can choose the i5 or i7 PC module. i5, 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of hard drive. i7 comes with 15 gigs of RAM. For those folks that are technical out there, just so you know, the i5, all the i5 versions that come out, they're actually dual sets of RAM, right? So it's 2 4 gigabytes of RAM. We found that that works much better in the overall processing of the video and the image, and it's just an overall better functionality. Okay. Go ahead, next slide. Whoa, we almost done already? I've been talking a lot. So realistically, let me kind of hit the high points for everybody. So MAXHUB launched 2 interactive flat panel all-in-one systems. They both come with camera, speaker, microphone, PC module, interactive flat panel display, all in one. Designed for the huddle and small conference rooms. Can compete head-to-head on price for what your traditional huddle and small conference rooms are. But installation is a fraction of the time. All systems come with a full 3-year hot swap warranty, right? So whether it's a PC that goes out or it's the display that goes out, we will replace it for the full 3 years of it. Today, our classic, Zoom Room certified, right? Our ViewPro, soon to be Zoom Room certified. We're in the final stages, right? It's pending right now. But if you're looking for that simple plug and play, I just want to go easy. I'm a Zoom Room customer today, or I'm a Zoom customer today. Classic's the perfect way to go. If you're looking for more flexibility, that's when you're looking at the ViewPro, right? So you have those different options in place. Go ahead, you can turn a slide, and I'm happy to answer any questions we may have. As I take a drink, whew, a lot of talking. I didn't think there was going to be that many questions, guys. You really hit me today. That was a lot of it.
Okay, somebody asked about the delivery time.
Delivery time. So great question. Today, ViewPro is landing at our distributor's warehouse in the next 5 to 7 days. So it will be able to ship before the end of the year. Our Classic series is shipping in January. We only sell through distribution and resellers today. So I would tell you, if you have any questions about that, feel free to email me directly or email your MAXHUB ESM or your distribution partner or your reseller, and they'll get in contact with us, and we can give you all the ETAs and when they can arrive once you place your order.
Okay, somebody asked, with the bacterial glass, is there a special cleaning procedure?
Great question. We actually have a document that's coming out, and we'll make sure that it's on our website for you that goes over exactly how to clean the glass. I will tell you, I had to find that out today because somebody that borrowed this system from us decided to put tape on the bottom of it, right? So I was able to get it off, but yeah, that drove me crazy for a little bit. so yes, there is a special cleaning solution that we have, and we'll have that on our website so you can see that.
Okay. Someone asked about dual monitor setup.
Yeah, great question. So today we ship these out single, right? So today they're single. If you're doing a dual monitor setup, first I recommend an i7 processor for it, just because you're running both the IFPs. But if you're doing that, you only need to buy one PC module. So let's say this scenario, for instance, right? Let's say it's Classic. Classic, we're getting ready to launch our i7 version for the Zoom Room. If you want to do your Zoom Room in dual monitor setup, I'd have my Classic with my i7 processor, and then it would connect to my other IFP via HDMI. So they're connected to each other. That one processor will control both of them. Now, here's the cool part about it. I can have one that's acting as an IFP, and I can have one that's acting as just a screen, or I can have them both be IFP, or I can dual screen them, right? So you have a wide variety of different things that you can do with them to tie them together, but it's fully customizable, right? Do that off one processor. Very simple, very easy to do. So that can be done today.
Okay, and someone just wanted to make sure. So you cannot install Teams on the Classic series. It's just locked into Zoom.
Today, let me just say that. Today, what day is it? Today is December 8th. So today, Classic only comes on with the Zoom Room application.
Is
Most
the
likely.
Zoom room already loaded onto that PC module?
Exactly. So Zoom Room is already loaded on the PC module. If you want to get a classic without the Zoom Room on it, please contact us and we can talk to you about it and go and let you know exactly how we can do that. Okay?
And someone would know if the stylus require batteries.
Yeah, no, that's what I love about it. It doesn't. No batteries required to it. Can I tell you? So this is my second iteration of selling interactive flat panels. The first time I sold them, I love the stylus pen that we had, but it had a battery in there. And I didn't know how much of a pain that was for enterprise customers. Because one enterprise customer said, Charlie, I can never use this pen. I'm like, why not? He's like, there's no way for me to know when the battery dies. And if I deploy 200 of these things with a battery inside of them, do you know how hard it is to get those replaced? And if my CEO walks in the room and the battery's not working, you know who gets fired? I do. So no batteries. So no, long story short, stylus comes with no batteries.
Okay. And someone want to know what size the mobile cart, what size it holds.
Oh, the mobile carts today will hold up to our 86-inch monitor, I believe. I can double check. Yeah, I know for our systems, the biggest system we have today, and I'm going to say today, because wait till Enterprise Connect. But today, the biggest size systems that we have are 86-inch monitors. So they will fit up to the 86-inch monitors today. And just, that's a cart that we have today. Very simple, very basic, but able to be moved in or out and around.
Does someone want to know about external control?
Sure. So external control. So we're actually working on a couple things. We're actually working with partnerships with some very large, well-known controllers that are in the marketplace today to manage our systems and control our systems. We will also be coming out with our own controller or very early Q1 of 2023. And for the Zoom rooms, you can actually use the Zoom Room application that they have that you can put on any iPad or iPhone or Android device and manage it that way as well, right? So for our ViewPro, yes, in January, I think middle to end of January, we're launching our new controller that'll handle that. That will also work on the Classic series, but then for Zoom Room has their own application that you can use to manage off any iPad or iPhone device.
Okay, awesome. And Michael just wanted to clarify another question. Our stands, they hold up to 86-inch IFPs and up to 98-inch commercial displays.
Cool. Thanks, Mike.
All right. Okay. Well, yes,
I was
Amy?
going to say, what apps can you add to the ViewPro for video conferencing? Someone's asking about Teams desktop as well.
Yeah, so great question. So I was talking about kind of the major players that are out there: Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Ring Central is a big up and comer that they're talking about. But Google. So remember, Windows IoT. This is a PC. At the end of the day, this is a PC that you're running. So any application that you can put on a PC for video communication and collaboration, you will be able to use on this. We're continuing to test more and more out. If you have any questions about them at all, if you have any concern about a certain application, I would tell you, let your MAXHUB rep know. We will actually download it, put it on the system, and we will dial into you and make sure that it works so you're happy before you get the product. So we're happy to do that anytime.
Okay, I actually have a question.
Sure.
What is the V6? Like, what does that stand for?
Sure. So, you know what? I get this. This is kind of an interesting question. So, in the US, MAXHUB, I said earlier, is not very well known. People don't always know who MAXHUB is. The V6 actually means this is the 6th in the series of products. This is our 6th version of the Classic. This is our 6th version of the ViewPro. So it's not like we just launched these yesterday. We've been making these products for over a decade now. So this is the 6th iteration of this. So for customers, they can feel more confident in knowing that, hey, we didn't just come up with this product 6 months ago and now we're launching it. It's brand new. It's never been out before. 6th version of it, right? We're already talking, hey, what's going to be our version 7? What's going to be our version 8? We're working with Zoom. We're working with Microsoft. We're working with a lot of different vendors out there to decide where do they want to go with the IFP marketplace. So great question. Yeah, V6 stands for this is the 6th version in the product line.
Okay, awesome.
Yep.
And this isn't a question, but I did just want to read this. Somebody said, great and fun presentation. MAXHUB has nice products loaded with features. Thank you for doing this. Placing my order this week. So awesome to hear.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. And just so you know, folks, we're going to be doing this every month, right? My goal is to do this every month until my hair falls out and I can't stand looking at myself anymore, or my voice dies. One of those two are going to happen. I just don't know when, right? So, or I'm always that glutton of hope. I'm going to continue to play the lotto until I hit the lotto, and then maybe retire until my wife yells at me and tells me to go back to work. So,
Okay, one other question.
Sure.
So is the Wi-Fi built into the PC? And then they said, and hardwired network port.
yeah. So network port is actually, I'll show it here. So network port is actually built into the PC module. The Wi-Fi connection is actually in the box, and you plug it in underneath the bottom of the display. So Wi-Fi gets built into it once it arrives in your office. So when you get it in your office, you'll actually have a box that has the PC module in it. You'll have a large box that has the IFP and all the cabling for it, and the Wi-Fi module will be there, and you kind of plug it in, screw it in, and you're ready to go.
Okay, do we have time for one more question? Because I
Yeah,
have
go for
a
it.
question
I
for you,
got all day.
Charlie.
I got an hour and a half drive home. I can talk all day, guys. You can keep going. I'll
How
keep going.
do these compare price-wise to like a full huddle room setup or a small conference room?
Great question, right? So I think here's what I'll tell you. I've been looking at this a lot because huddle space and small conference rooms have continued to be the focus for more companies out there. And that's because a company called Wayne House came out with a report 5 years ago and said for every one traditional conference room, there's going to be 50 to 500 huddle and small conference rooms, right? So all of us in the industry really started to push ours on the huddle rooms. The typical huddle room today, the typical huddle and small conference room costs between $5,000 and $10,000 just on hardware and installation alone, right? So installing one huddle room and one small conference room, $5,000 to $10,000. The V6 Classic 55-inch for Zoom rooms with the i5 processor inside of it, $4,300 MSRP, right? Our 65-inch ViewPro V6 with i5 processor inside of it, dual camera, all set up, under $6,000 MSRP. So when you start to compare what our products are from here to an actual traditional huddle and small conference room, yeah, we are right there in line, if not below. At Zoomtopia, people were going crazy for the Classic. Once again, Zoom focused, right? Heavily Zoom focused. But they're like, for under $4,300, I can get a 55-inch, which works perfectly in a huddle room space, perfectly in a small conference room, put it on a wall, and I'm done. I don't need anything else, right? I don't have to go through the procurement process. I don't have to go through the installation process. I don't have to figure out where I'm getting power, where I'm getting network, where I'm running everything to. Simple, easy. That's our go-to-market strategy. Make it simple, right? I'm that big believer. Make it easy to buy, make it easy to install, make it easy to use, make it easy to manage. That's what MAXHUB's doing.
Okay, we have another great question. So
Cool.
Can you annotate and draw on any image, or is it just within a certain app?
Can you annotate or draw on any image? So you should be able to, so if I'm going to show a presentation, right? If I'm pulling up a presentation here, I can annotate on any image that I want. So if I'm showing it on a screen, if I'm sharing it via laptop, so a couple ways to share, just so everybody knows. I can share via plugging directly into the system via USB-C. I can share plugging in HDMI to USB on the side, or we have a wireless share app, or Zoom has their wireless share app, right? So multiple ways for you to share in the system. Whenever you share in the system, yes, you can annotate on anything that you like to, and then you can send that out, save it, copy it, do whatever you like to, right? Hard drive built inside. Also, because they're sitting on the network, I can email everything out that I want to as well. When you use, so MAXHUB, we do have a sharing application. Sharing application is two ways for MAXHUB. So if I write on the screen, it'll actually show up on my desktop as well, right? So you have the ability to go back and forth.
Okay, and then Stanley said 12-meter microphone pickup at about 40 feet. That's a lot. Is that realistic?
So what I tell people is this. My tests, when I test things out, I test for optimization. Okay. So on the Classic, I feel this is optimized at 20 feet away, right? I feel the ViewPro is about 24 to 26 feet away, optimized. Now, what does that mean? That means if I'm at 20 feet away or I'm at 5 feet away, my voice is going to sound 90% the same. Okay, that's the way that Charlie comes up with what he looks at and when he recommends it to people, right? So when I look at the Classic, if I'm at 20 feet away, you're not going to tell if I'm 20 feet away or 5 feet away from it, right? Once you start going past that 20 feet, that's when you're going to start noticing that you're farther away. And yes, I love engineers, I love tech folks, I love the people that build our products, but they think, hey, look, if I can drop something 40 feet away and you can hear it, that means it can pick up 40 feet away. No. 20 feet away for the Classic, 24 feet away for the ViewPro.
Okay, cool. And somebody wanted to know if we are using an IFP for this presentation, like the video and audio.
Yes. So our audio is coming from our IFP. We actually have an 86-inch ViewPro in our office right now that we're using. Because this is a much deeper room, I actually have one of our P10 cameras inside of it as well, right? So I have the IFP that we're actually presenting on so we can see on. The speakers and microphones are coming off the IFP. The camera is our P10 camera that we use for our medium and larger rooms. But that's also tied in the IFP, right? So once again, today we talked about the huddle room space. Today we talked about those small conference room spaces. But the flexibility in these systems is I have 3 USB ports on the side. I can plug additional cameras into it. I can plug additional microphones into it. So if I want to put this into a large conference room with a higher end camera, like our P10, like our P20, that are 12x zoom cameras, I can do that. That's the flexibility of MAXHUB. And that's the flexibility of the IFPs. I can go from a single monitor solution, all built in, to a dual monitor solution, still all built in, to a dual monitor solution with external cameras, with external microphones, right? And I will tell you right now, I'm gonna give a little shout out to Andy Teo, who we just brought aboard as our head PM of the US market. He's already working on certification process with a lot of large, well-known companies, household names for audio as well. We want to make sure that you have the confidence to tie any external audio or video component into this and make it work. Our goal is to be the best hub solution that you have. Give you camera solutions, give you speaker, give you microphone, give you display, give you everything that you need, right, to make it work. And if you want to continue to grow it out for those medium to large rooms, right, you can. Real simple, plug and play, ready to go. Okay.
Okay, is MAXHUB available to buy in Mexico?
Yes, it is. So if we have any Latin America customers, I will get you in touch with Sam Malik, who is actually our VP of worldwide, or I'm sorry, VP of North America and South America sales. So yell at me if I say worldwide. VP of North America and South America sales. So Sam will be able to work with you and help with you on that.
Okay, and then somebody wanted to know if there is a remote control.
No remote control today. I was shocked. I'm not going to lie. I was a little shocked that it didn't come with a remote control. We're actually looking to add a remote control to it in the next shipment phase of it. So that should be happening in middle to late January.
Right. Okay. Well, that's it. Any more questions? And,
nope.
You don't put them down now, but there's no more right now.
Yeah, and I'd say this, Jill. One, thank you all so much. This is our first ever webinar. Right. And I really appreciate the interaction. I appreciate everybody joining this. Our goal is to be able to do this every month. So I would tell you, feel free to reach out to your contacts inside MAXHUB. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Right. This is designed to help you. This is designed to help you out in the field understand who MAXHUB is, what we're doing, what we're bringing to market, and how to make your life much easier. Right. We want to make sure that we can enable you to do your job as best as possible. In saying that, we're already preparing for our next one, which will be coming in the middle of January. It'll actually be on our M40 360-degree field of view camera that we'll be going over. We'll be touching on all of our products in the coming months. We're actually going to be planning to do a DV-LED version. So for those people, and there's been a lot of diehard DV-LED customers to MAXHUB in the last year and a half. We love you all. We're going to do a full webinar, show you what's going on, show you what we're doing, show you what's happening, right? So a lot more to come. My goal is also to do more just open box videos for you guys. So you guys can have more content. You can see what's going on and what's happening in the world. So stay in contact with us. Follow us on LinkedIn, right? Amy, what's the address for the LinkedIn for MAXHUB? What is it at?
It's at MAXHUB USA. So follow us at MAXHUB USA on LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter.
Exactly. And I would tell you, if you want to, email us as well. We'll add you to our email list and make sure we keep you updated on all new products, all new promotions that we have, everything that's going on in the field. Any other questions?
All right, no,
No?
no more questions.
Okay, Jessica, your first ever webinar, what'd you think?
I thought it went really well. It was
It
fun. You
was
did
fun?
a great job. Yeah, you were
Okay,
interesting
I-
and fun and lots of questions. I thought it was great.
Good. It's her first time. I wanted to make sure she enjoyed it. Want to get it. I told her, hey, look, you're coming to MAXHUB. You're going to be on video a lot more. Get used to it. So.
Okay, sorry, one
Oh,
final
one more
question.
question, one more
Is
question.
there a newsletter I can subscribe to?
Yes, so I can put the newsletter link at the end of this video when I send it out. Also, you can check on our website. There's a little at the bottom right-hand side, subscribe to our newsletter.
Awesome.
So thank you, everybody, again. I hope you all have an amazing, amazing end of the year, a great holiday time. Enjoy, have fun, stay safe, and stay healthy. Thank you all for joining us today.